wrote an article. It was actually a two-piece article, and I used this what's going on with retail traders right now. Basically, there's been a huge amount of new investors coming online since the shutdown, and there's various reasons for that. Sports is obviously off, so people that want to bet and gamble, they've kind of like moved their way into the stock market. But just some of the statistics around this is, I think in the first quarter of this year, Robinhood added 3 million new investor accounts, which was, that's millions and millions of new investors coming online. And even I read something like E-Trade opened up more new accounts in March than they had in any year ever historically. And I think E-Trade has been around for 25 or 30 years. So there's clearly a lot of demand for individual stocks right now. And what I thought I'd do with this article is I thought I'd try to outline what would Peter Lynch, the former star manager of Fidelity and Magellan, what would he say to these new investors? Because Lynch, as I pointed out in the article, was interviewed for Barron's in December of last year. And he was actually advocating, individuals investing in stocks. But I think Lynch would be, while he would be cautiously optimistic about this new demand and all these new investors coming online, I also think he would have, many lessons to share with them and words of wisdom that I think are important. And so that's what I tried to do with this article. So let's just get into it. So the first point that I came up with is sixth grade math and fundamentals. And what he basically said in that Barron's interview is, don't invest in a company before you look at the financials. If you made it through fifth or sixth grade math, if you made it through fifth, sixth grade, you can handle the math. And so I think most beginning investors probably aren't overly focused on the fundamentals, but they should be looking at certain things. So that's what I tried to sort of point out with this point is, there are certain very simple fundamentals that can be looked at.
Yeah, I think just taking a step back to the whole premise of the article, I think this is a great idea because there's this belief a lot of people have that this has to end badly. What's going on with all these Robinhood traders, that some of them are buying bankrupt companies, some of them are buying Tesla, which has already tripled this year. Some have even gotten into options and things like that. And, everybody is out there saying these people have to blow up. This has to end badly. And I think that's probably mostly true. I mean, people who are buying bankrupt companies probably, at least for this round, are going to have some problems. But what you're getting at in the article, which is really important, is this is bringing people into investing who otherwise wouldn't be in investing. And if they're going to come into investing and they're going to lose a little bit of money now, but it's going to keep them in investing and they're going to learn to invest the right way going forward, that can be a real positive. And the types of things you're talking about in this article are really good because if people can learn these lessons the hard way, learn it with a little bit of money, but then come on and learn how to truly invest for the long term, that can be a really positive thing. And your first point is a really good one. And it's an interesting one too, because these guys are investing, the people that are coming to investing right now are coming, and we talked about this in a previous podcast, they're coming to investing during a period where some would argue fundamentals don't matter at all. And so right now, at least, these types of things you're talking about aren't working really. Is the company profitable? Is it cheap? None of that really matters right now, but eventually it will. And
Right.
So I think that really is a lesson people could take from Lynch is, once this blows up, which it probably will, eventually, if I'm going to establish a sound foundation to invest upon, these are the types of things you're going to have to look for. If you're not going to index your money and if you want to try to pick stocks, these are the types of things you're going to have to look for in order to figure out which stocks to invest in. So I think that's a really good point.